When Justin Kahn first strapped a webcam to his head and started live streaming the mundane activities of his everyday life, the path to monetization wasn't entirely clear. Like television and radio, advertising via the internet was always an option if the content could attract enough eyeballs. However, the platform that would become known as Twitch.tv had different ideas in mind. When Twitch launched, the website offered multiple options for viewers to send money to their favorite streamers outside of advertising clicks. Viewers could subscribe for a monthly fee, or they could donate on the fly. Streamers offered perks to incentivize a monetary investment from viewers. Twitch and sites like it would forever alter the dynamic and change the perception of online parasocial relationships. Watch some top streamers on Twitch. They ask and answer questions, joke around, monitor the conversation. What's more, they often customize the donation system to make sure it gets their attention when streaming. If you become a paying subscriber, your username will pop on their screen and the streamer will read it out loud. You'll be noticed. If you'd like to, you can donate a little bit more to send them a message or trigger a specific sound and watch them react. Even though there are hundreds, if not thousands of fans in the chat, it doesn't feel one-sided anymore. As of 2021, micro-celebrities and creators have hundreds of ways to monetize their audience and hundreds of ways to incentivize viewers to do so. Kickstarter is a website designed for cash-strapped artists and producers to kickstart a product by asking buyers and backers to pay before the product is available. Kickstarter, however, involves the actual exchange of money for a product. If a micro-celebrity isn't producing a tangible product like an album or a game, they have other options. Patreon provided a way for vloggers, podcasters, and other internet personalities to offer a subscription service and receive monthly payments from a small army of patrons. Since the content creators are producing is often free, special perks are given to subscribers, such as having their comments and questions read during a podcast, or seeing their name in the credits of a YouTube video. None of these compared to the instantaneous and lucrative market of live streaming, however. It provided real-time instant access for fans and an instant flow of revenue for streamers. This direct and instantaneous feedback is something traditional mass media could only have dreamed of. Micro-celebrities live streaming could constantly tailor and curate their content to achieve maximum audience satisfaction. If the audience responded well to cursing, then creators cursed more. If the audience wanted to see more skin, then creators would wear skimpy outfits, show more cleavage, and bend over in spandex shorts for new subscribers and donations. If topics like suicide and depression resonated with viewers, then those were the topics a channel should focus on. Whatever made a viewer feel acknowledged, appreciated, heard, and valued, that was the content to make. In this sense, creators and live streamers transformed into something more than on-screen entertainers. They became confidants, friends, peers, role models, family, crushes, therapists, life coaches, escapism, and comfort. They became digital geisha. Westerners have often misunderstood geisha. Before the Second World War, geisha were highly trained entertainers who hosted patrons at private events. Originating as men, geisha eventually became synonymous with women and often misunderstood as prostitutes by Americans. However, prostitution was not a service offered by geisha. Instead, they functioned as professional dinner party hosts and performers. Besides more visual forms of art like dance and calligraphy, geisha were thoroughly trained in social interactions. Geisha understood how to talk to their customers and make them feel heard and cared about. Being hosted by geisha was an experience, a form of escapism and release for stressed and lonely customers. Leah Jacobs writes, "With the passage of time, geisha became the term used for entertainers, not within the realm of the stage but in the private domain. The understanding of who or what is considered to be geisha is assumed in the 20th and 21st centuries to refer to the tradition of the private entertainer geisha. In this way, live streamers and content creators have become the geisha of the internet age, always available, always accessible to entertain and interact. Patrons can invite them directly into their home through various screens, and the viewer gets to choose who they watch and how they want to feel. Hundreds of thousands of digital geisha are constantly creating content and adjusting it for their audience's tastes. For a small fee, a fan can receive a direct acknowledgement from a famous geisha. This is how the digital geisha incentivize a transfer of money for companionship. As it has been vital historically to differentiate between geisha and prostitutes, the distinction must still be made between the digital geisha and the digital prostitute. Direct access to digital prostitution has existed since the dawn of the internet, and with the creation of sites like OnlyFans, digital prostitutes have the opportunity to directly distribute pornographic and sexual content to their customers. Although a subtle implication of sexual impropriety can accompany a digital geisha, and despite fans sexualizing these creators, the content being created is not of a primarily sexual nature. In fact, most of the time the content has nothing to do with adult themes and may even be aimed at young children or pre-teens. Sometimes the audience does not have access to credit cards and digital currency, and therefore cannot send funds to their favorite entertainers. In these cases, digital geisha use influence and marketing to advertise or endorse products, and companies pay top dollar for that valuable screen time. This system of monetization is much more common on YouTube. Zhang writes, "When vloggers form bonds with consumers, this has the potential to influence consumers' perceptions of products. Fans come to believe that they know the stars during their exposure to the media, and like traditional media, repeated instances of exposure to vloggers may result in perceived enhancement of that relationship. With the perceived growth of this relationship, consumers of media begin viewing vloggers as a trustworthy source of information that they can turn to for advice. The findings of the extant research reveal that YouTube is a valid context within which to develop such a relationship and sense of belonging, which foster consumers' flow experience, and this then increases the urge to purchase, addiction, and impulse purchasing. This model of marketing is similar to the traditional advertising structures of television and radio. But once again, interaction and micro-content change the dynamic of the parasocial relationship. Although live streaming has created an evolution in traditional advertising and celebrity endorsements, and much has been said about micro-influencers coercing their audiences into buying products, clear distinction must be made between this and the direct exchange of money for attention and acknowledgement. Hey, my name is John, and I want to thank you for watching part 1 in my series Digital Geisha. If you like this content, feel free to subscribe so you can get updated when the new videos release, and I always appreciate the likes and the comments. Thank you guys for watching.